was different. Yes, thanks to the wonderful Bling for that new intro, which I will be using from now on, going forward. Please drop him a sub. He's a really nice guy. I'll leave his channel in the description. But without further ado, let's get on to the pop stationing. And this is another one that I've got that doesn't have a box. So we've got no box or manual to look at. This one runs, it's from RudeBoyz, although you couldn't tell that by looking at it. And no, this black battery cover is not a replacement. These just come with black battery covers. Yeah, so new from RB, which is short for RudeBoyz, which was a clothing brand, I believe. It's American football, and as you might have noticed, it looks a lot like a Game Boy SP. The buttons are melting as well. They're like weird melty buttons. If your pop station's on fire, that means it's working correctly, folks. I'm almost positive this is a rebrand of something, but I'm not sure what. I doubt that this is an original thing that they made, since all the other stuff, they're very similar to GWP Sport in that they would sell rebrands of stuff. This might be a YD, this might be a ZC something or other. It definitely uses the shell of something, because there are what resemble pop station or outlines and little sunken in bits for pop station controller ports would go. So potentially this is the fact that it has 2-player support in multiple different ways, where you can hook up controllers or have it one player, or have it one player on the handheld and hook up just one controller, makes me think that that's XY, because that's a very XY-ish thing to do, but XY uses proprietary ports usually, and not the standard pop station ones. So I'm not entirely sure who is responsible. It could just be these guys. This could just be an original thing that they've done. But a lot of the stuff that they sold were rebrands. You'd get this if you bought a shirt or something. You'd get essentially a randomized cheap gadget with any purchase of a shirt, and pop stations are one of them. Much like GWP Sport, they did the same thing. If you remember, I reviewed a YD from them a while back. I believe it was the 955. So yeah, this review is going to be fairly boring, but again, I do have a bunch of these lying around and I need to get through them. We have fake speaker holes. This is another one of the pop stations where there's no actual on-off button. You just reset and then you wait for the off timer to kick in, because pop station. Unlike most Game Boy SP pop stations that I've seen, this one is actually... Let me actually go fetch a ZC868 for to compare this with. Here we go, we've got my nice blue ZC868 here, which, now that I look at it, also seems to have outlines for controller ports, if you can see that there. There's not an outline for a second one, although I do remember ZC producing fake Game Boy SPs a while back with multiplayer capabilities. That kind of checks out. But you can see these guys did a lot... These guys, that can't be good for it. These guys did a lot better job at bootlegging this. Although the hinge is a bit... Well, the hinge actually stays in place for one thing and isn't horrible, unlike... Yeah, here, I'll set them up both in the same position here. And you can see they're both the... I'm going to try and set this up a good way. One is considerably thinner. Here is a bit of thin here, but really where you mainly see it is the display. I'm not sure if that's something to do with the zebra strips or this one's lack thereof. But yeah, you can see this one's generally a lot chunkier and doesn't even close fully. This one also has fake speaker holes right here. Well, this one has no fake buttons. This one does. The insides are very similar, but they're pop stations, so you can really only deviate too much from a specific formula before it becomes weird. Then again, people do deviate from the specific formula, so it becomes weird a lot. That's something I've seen happen a lot. Yeah, ZC868, actually runs a similar game, I believe. This is the basketball game. And the American football game, this runs as a reskin of the basketball game, so in fact, I believe if we turn these both on, yeah, this one's also got a much bigger screen. Can't really see what's going on. If we start them both at the same time, they'll play the same tune, I think. Oh, I didn't hit the button on that one. This one's got a much slower clock speed. Gonna reset this one. Now, where's the button? There you go. So you reset it. Not typical with these sort of sports basketball reskin pop stations. It takes a bit to reset. That might just be due to the slow clock speed, though. Without further ado, let's play some of this. This can go over there. Without further ado, let's play some games that I'm not good at. Alright, I'm not even sure where the speaker is on this thing. It's not here. It's not anywhere else. Oh, it's right here, this one little hole. There's like a tiny piezo disc. There's like a weird bulge at the back of this. I thought that was the speaker. It's probably just something going on, something gone wacky. I'll have to take that apart. They've actually got little plastic bits to cover up the screw holes. I'm not used to pop stations being this high quality. Where did this suddenly come from? Though the buttons are really hard to press and really spongy, so you could say that about some official game consoles as well. Am I footballing? Am I balling the foot? Am I a baller? Whilst we play this and attempt to comprehend what is going on, should I be going the other way? Maybe I want to be going the other way. Was that the bad way? I don't know. I am losing so far. I'm not entirely sure what's going on currently. While I play this and contemplate my life choices, I suppose I should probably tell you some new pop station related news that is going on. 4 to none. Great, I'm losing. My hybrids have shipped now, and they are on their way. They should be arriving in a few weeks, so I will probably just be waiting for that to happen. Who knows, they might just go whoop and, like, show up immediately. Sometimes that happens. But, they're very likely going to show up in a few weeks, but once they do show up, they're going to show up in a box. They're all going to show up all bundled together, and I'm going to do a review of them. Or not a review, I'm going to do a short unboxing and demonstration of them all in one very long video, and then I will, review them at some point. Am I winning? B. This game's not fun. So yeah, new intro, which Bling actually did without access to the raw file of my old intro, which makes it even more impressive. He had to do that all himself. He couldn't just, like, rip the file off my device. If he could, that would be weird. Yeah, I didn't send him, like, the intro. He just out of nowhere decided, I'm gonna make you a new one, and it is very good, and I like it. So, yeah, that's enough of that. I've still got the old outro, which you're going to see in 3, 2, 1.